On Thursday, November 2, 1958, on the occasion of the 28th anniversary of coronation, His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie the first addressed the Parliament as follows. It's a long speech, but I only read the part which is related to building a dam on the Nile River, Awash River, and Wabi Shebele, and also expanding the hydroelectric and agricultural benefits. Discussion held with World Health Organization, a specialized agency of the United Nations, have resulted in the conclusion of an agreement whereby malaria-infested areas of our country, which today, despite their richness and fertility, remain uninhabited by man or beast, will be rid of this plague and will once more become available to our economy. Many of these areas, if freed from malaria, can be irrigated and thus make an immeasurable contribution of the growth of our economy. During the past year, the abrupt cessation of rainfall during the growing season caused considerable damage to Ethiopia crops. This experience has demonstrated that it's essential that the rivers of our country be devoted to irrigation so that the food needs of our ever-growing population will no longer be left at the mercy of winds and caprices of the elements. We trust that the Agriculture College at Alamaya, which we inaugurated last January, and the Agricultural Technical School at Jimma will greatly assist in introduction of modern agricultural methods into our country. The shortage of arable land for the production of foodstuffs for our people in Eritrea has caused us to initiate a study for the damming of the Zulam River for the irrigation purpose. This study has now been completed and bids have been requested for the construction of the project. This undertaking should prove of immense value to our people in Eritrea, in addition to providing employment for many of them. It will also, we hope, construct them in the main field benefits of cooperation and unity in holding property in common and working together for its development and utilization. While plans have gone forward for the further development of our rivers for agricultural and industrial purposes, the foundation stone for the program of considerable magnitude, the Koka Hydroelectric project, was laid by us last May, and work is proceeding satisfactorily on the construction of the dam. This installation, which should be completed in less than 3 years, will be capable of satisfying the electric light and power requirement of Central Ethiopia. The progress already achieved in this field shall not, however, cause any slackening in the studies being carried on, the preparation being made for similar projects in the Nile Valley, on the Awash and Wabi Shebele rivers, and in other watersheds of our country. A vast amount of work was completed during the last year in the Nile Valley, the waters of which are of such vital importance to Ethiopians of both this and future generations. Let it be known that Ethiopia holds first priority on the usage of these natural wells of hers. On May 16, 1958, His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie the first laid the foundation stone of the Cisesat or Cisabay hydroelectric plant in Bahar Dar. Below is His Imperial Majesty reply to the address made by Major Asaf Alamma, Vice Mayor of Addis Ababa in charge of the technical department of the municipality and administrator of the War Reparation Office. On May 16, 1958, His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie the first laid the foundation stone of the Cisesat or Cisabay hydroelectric plant in Bahar Dar. Below is His Imperial Majesty reply to the address made by the Major Asaf Alamma. We are not satisfied with the pace towards progress and development of our beloved people, but are confident that the Almighty will assist us to reach the designed goal. Since our efforts are directed to see that the progress made by our people will keep in step with that of the other advanced peoples of the world. As we lay the foundation stone for this small hydroelectric plant, insignificant among the major schemes envisaged from the Blue Nile and Lake Tana, we have almost simultaneously laid the cornerstone for a textile plant which will, utilizing the energy drawn from this plant, operate for the benefit of the area and its people. This has been done because we realize that food and clothing are two fundamental necessities, and we have planned it so that these enterprises will contribute to lives of our patriots' lives of our patriots and people of Gojam and Begemeder, whose blood was shed in the liberation, and to provide employment for those who are without jobs. Not only will the electric energy spring from this project be the base for establishing other plants, the electricity generated will give additional beauty to the proposed city of Bahar Dar. Prosperity comes not from the mere wish but from the proper utilization by each one of you of the talents bestowed on you by Providence. Gojam is a country which possesses fertility of land as well as the patriotism, and you should therefore work assiduously so that this reputation will be maintained for many generations to come. And he gave another speech upon completion of 2 months state visits. His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie the First addressed the nation over radio. It's only through their achievements and not because of the difference in their innate ability nor in their numerical superiority that some countries have attained a high degree of progress, while those which have not fully developed and utilized their inborn abilities and thereby lagged behind in tapping their natural resources have been labeled underdeveloped. The latter have become the dumping ground of the expensive manufactured goods of the former. I will repeat it again. It's only through their achievement and not because of the difference in their innate ability nor in their numerical superiority that some countries have attained a high degree of progress, while those which have not fully developed and utilized their inborn abilities and thereby lagged behind in tapping their natural resources have been labeled underdeveloped. The latter have become the dumping ground of the expensive manufactured goods of the former. The only way to safeguard Ethiopia's political and economic development is for her to make progress and stand on her own feet by exerting greater effort. When we compare our country with others, we can say that the forests, the rivers, the mountains, and the plains constitute wealth. We should all be proud of this fortunate blessing with which Almighty God has endowed our country. Brace yourself for hard work and pull your resource to compete for hard. Brace yourself for hard work and pull your resources to compete with others in the economic and commercial activities of your motherland. Let each one of us be conscious of his responsibility and firmly discharge his obligations, thereby becoming master of his own destiny. It's better to till the land rather than to bicker on trivial matters. It is better to exploit effectively a small tract of land rather than to proclaim as being the owner of vast idle land. Our waterfall are a source of immense power and energy when properly harnessed. Use these waters to irrigate your land and you will be able to harvest annually. Use these waters to irrigate your land and you will be able to have 2 harvests annually. The naked mountains and hills are as useful as the plains below. Plant them with fir trees, thick woods, eucalyptus, and other trees, and within a short time you will increase the forest resource of your country. Tend your livestock just as one cannot harvest unless he cultivates his land, so also one cannot expect good results from his livestock unless he tends them carefully. You have a rich land that yields a variety of products. Do not be content with the satisfaction of your bare needs, but instead cultivate your land, among others, with oleaginous plants, the seeds of which you can export for your greater benefit. Use the forest wood to make furniture and implements and exchange them for money. Your workmanship will be a monument to your name. One should realize that thriftiness is the base for the accumulation of wealth and economic growth of the nation. Ethiopians, have courage and brace yourself. Unless you improve your lot by the sweat of your brow, nobody will shoulder your responsibilities, provided that you pursue your task with unanswering dedication. We on our part shall do everything possible to assist you in your toward march. Just as we have done in the past, we shall make available to you through various experts directives which will serve as your guide in your work. We have instructed the municipalities to prepare and make available to you at little cost various types of seedlings. We shall organize teams of experts who will give you advice and counsel in the fields of agriculture and public health. We shall set up groups of experts who will give you advice and counsel in cooperative farming and trading. For the purpose of cultivating oleaginous plants and to the end that you may have better marketing possibilities, we shall make available to you experts. We shall organize for you a team of experts to study your needs and the ways and means of improving the quality of crops and trading systems in relation to present economic and marketing conditions. We have pressed forward the development programs such as those on the Zula and Awash rivers. These schemes will serve up appreciably to augment the productivity of these areas and raise the standard of living of the population. Shortly, we will inaugurate the hydroelectric installation and dam at the Koka for supplying additional power to three of the most important population centers of our empire, including our capital of Addis Ababa. This construction will immortalize the memory of those who fell in defense of their country. It is further a case of great satisfaction to us that the Blue Nile Hydroelectric and Geodetic survey is proceeding ahead of schedule. This survey will enable us to ascertain more precisely the extent of areas available to the developer in accordance with the plans already devised for the region of the Blue Nile. As part of the development of the region, we have had plans drawn up for the city of Bahar Dar. These plans include a school, hospital, textile factory, and hydroelectric plant, all of the great importance to the prosperity of the city. We shall also initiate the survey and study of the Wabi Shabelle Basin. It is gratifying to note that most of the research and study is being conducted by our own trained personnel. We hope the benefits of these projects will, in the near future, speak for themselves more eloquently than can be stated at present. The encouraging progress achieved in these fields has led us, at this time, to initiate a bold and broad program of the land development.